In sports, you're usually always best when you're young, but there are certain players who defy that science. Instead of deteriorating with age, they just keep getting better. Here are 10 footballers getting better with age. And we'll start with Ilkay Gundogan. The German midfielder has always been good, but he turned 30 in 2020, and you can bear witness that he's just been a lot better since then. It was in the 2020-2021 season that he went on that insane run in front of goal, scoring 17 for Man City from midfield. In 2022, he won the Premier League for City on the last day of the season with 2 very clutch goals against Aston Villa. In 2023, he captained City to the treble, also coming up with clutch braces in the league against Leeds and Everton, and another brace in the FA Cup final against Manchester United to win the trophy for his club. Now at the age of 32, he's secured a move to Barcelona, and you just feel like he has the propensity to get even better in Spain. Another Premier League captain with a similar story is Kieran Trippier. This man won his first major trophy as a footballer at the age of 31 when he won La Liga with Atletico Madrid. And then in 2022, he took the huge risk of returning to the Premier League by joining Newcastle, who were fighting relegation at the time. Now, at the age of 32, he's led Newcastle to Champions League qualification for the first time in about 2 decades. And he wasn't just a squad player, he was the best of the bunch. He was named Newcastle United Player of the Year. In addition to that, Trippier is about to earn himself a place in the PFA Premier League Team of the Year for the first time. You could also argue that he was the outright best defender of the just concluded Premier League season, with Newcastle conceding the joint least goals in the league. And someone whose story is almost identical with Trippier's is Kyle Walker. He left Spurs in 2017 at the age of 27. No major trophy won yet. 6 years later, he's 33 and he's won 14 trophies, including a European treble. And guess what? He's now getting GOAT right-back shouts. Fine wine, my friends, fine wine. His teammate John Stones also falls in this category. This man really had the best season of his career at the age of 29. If you guys remember, after he moved to City for £50 million in 2016, he was said to be an overrated flop, but now he's one of the most versatile players in the land. He's great at centre-back, right-back, and, as we recently discovered, defensive midfield too. He was like Pep Guardiola's Joker card in the treble season, but just a few years back he was hardly starting games. Crazy turnaround. Another centre-back at the 2023 Champions League final who has gotten better with age is Francesco Acerbi. I mean, playing the full 90 minutes of a Champions League final and pocketing the best striker in the world at the age of 35 should tell you all you need to know about how this guy has aged. Before his 30th birthday, Acerbi had only spent 1 season at a top club, and that was when he moved to AC Milan in 2012. Other times he was at clubs like Genoa, Chievo, Spezia and Regina. Then boom, he clocked 30 and secured moves to Lazio and then Inter. Even on the international stage, it's the same story. He represented Italy at an international tournament for the very first time at the age of 33. And he helped the team to a first-place finish at the Euros that year and 2 third-place finishes in the Nations League in 2021 and 23. This man is 35 right now, but he looks like he's only just getting started. But of course, we couldn't possibly make this video without including Luka Modric. This man moved to Real Madrid at the age of 27, which should be his prime, and he was voted the worst signing of the season that year. If you get voted the worst signing of the season at 27, it really should be all over for you. But it looked like that was just the beginning for Modric's career. Bit by bit, the man started blossoming. Before we knew it, he was already one of the best midfielders in Spain, helping Madrid complete the three-peat. Then, at the age of 33, he leads his small country to the World Cup final for the first time ever and wins the Ballon d'Or too. We thought he was done then, but he still isn't. At 37, he helped Madrid win a record-extending 14th Champions League, led Croatia to a third-place finish at the World Cup and a second-place finish at the Nations League. What a player, man. Has there ever been a player who has aged as beautifully as Modric? this man could really still keep dropping magnificent performances till he's 40. His new teammate Joselu has an interesting story. He was a Real Madrid player until 22 when he left because of a lack of game time. He moved to Hoffenheim, Eintracht Frankfurt, Hanover, Stoke, Deportivo, Newcastle, Alaves and then Espanyol in 2022. The man was basically a Premier League flop both at Stoke and Newcastle, and he was in his mid-20s during this time. It was supposed to be the prime of his career. It wasn't until he moved to Alaves at 29 that things started to pick up for him. At 32, he finished 7th in the La Liga top scorers rankings. Then he moved to Espanyol and finished 3rd in the top scorers chart at the age of 33. Now he's secured a move back to Real Madrid when his peers are hanging it up or moving to Saudi. He also got his first call-up to the Spain national team at the age of 33, and that made him Spain's oldest debutant since 2006. And guess what? He scored the winning goal for Spain in the Nations League semi-final and then converted his penalty in the shootout in the final to win his first ever trophy as a professional footballer at the age of 33. Now, isn't that just such a beautiful story? And if you're looking for beautiful stories, then look no further than Emi Martinez. This man was as good as an Arsenal reject until 28. He'd been at Arsenal since he was 18, but there was just never space for him, so they just kept loaning him out. Finally, he got his big break towards the end of the 2019-2020 season thanks to an injury to Bernd Leno. And that was where his career really kicked off. He made his international debut in 2021 at the age of 28. And his bloom period just happened to coincide with the most successful period in Argentina's history. He was very important in the national team's Copa America success in 2021, Finalissima victory in 2022, and World Cup triumph in 2022. Now, from bursting onto the scene at the late age of 28, Emi Martinez has won the Aston Villa Player of the Season award, a Copa America Golden Glove, World Cup Golden Glove and the Best FIFA Men's Goalkeeper Award. Speaking of the Best FIFA Men's Awards reminds us of another late bloomer, Robert Lewandowski. He was not a then. His Ballon d'Or Striker of the Year awards, the Best FIFA Men's Player Award, Champions League and Sextuple UEFA Men's Player of the Year, European Golden Shoes and a lot more others came after he turned 30. Then, at the age of 34, the man moved to a new league and in his first season, he won the title and the Golden Boot. Meanwhile, his peers, Suarez and Benzema, have already left Europe. We'll wrap up this video with another striker, Harry Kane. No trophy yet, but Kane has actually gotten better with age. And his case is perhaps more impressive than the rest because he keeps getting better and is consistently one of the best players in the world, in spite of the fact that Spurs just keep getting worse. He finished with the most goals and assists in the Premier League in the same season at 28 and at 29. He still managed to hit 30 league goals while Spurs kept sinking lower. What's interesting is that he's entering his 30s now, but he's still so highly valued and sought after because he's showing no signs of stopping. Do you agree with our list? And what other players would you say are getting better with age? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so that you never miss out on new content. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.